What's going on, guys? I was watching one of my favorite creators daily channel the other day, and I got to looking in his comments section, and there was a comment from another YouTuber named Molly Ann, and Molly Ann was asking about running an external microphone because she has been making videos with her Canon SL2 with no external microphone. And so I went and watched some of her videos, and honestly, the audio sounds great, but I thought I would do a quick video on how to set up an external microphone on your Canon Rebel camera. The Canon that I'm going to be using today is the T3i. So I've got two microphones to test, and I'm going to show you the difference between no external microphone, a lavalier microphone, and a shotgun microphone, and talk a little bit about how to set those up. Okay, I've got my Canon T3i right here. This is going to be with no external microphone. This is just going to be with the Canon built-in microphone. Let's see what that audio sounds like. This is the Canon T3i with no external microphone. It's a little windy today, and this is what the microphone sounds like. If you're listening with headphones, pay attention to the hiss that you're hearing. Pay attention to the noise other than my voice. You can probably hear the wind through the trees. You might could even hear some birds way off in the distance. You might could get away with not running an external microphone on a better camera, but on the T3i, it's pretty hard to do. Okay, so that probably didn't sound great. On more expensive cameras, you can get away with not running an external microphone, but if your camera accepts an external microphone, it's pretty easy to set up and you get a lot better results. The first microphone that we're going to put into the T3i is just a cheap lavalier mic that came with another microphone kit that I've got. But I'm going to put a cheap microphone that I used for probably 2 years that I think was $11. I'll put that link to that microphone down in the description. It's just a cheap Boya lav mic. I've actually made a video about that on this channel too. But let's put this microphone on. So you'll see that I've mounted it about a fist's distance away from my mouth. That's where you want to put lavalier mics. If you get them up here, they're not going to sound good. If you get them off to one side, you don't have really good audio signal, especially cheaper lavalier microphones. 1 fist distance away from your mouth is going to be the best results. And then I'm just going to plug it into my camera, and I'm going to show you inside the settings how to set your audio levels. Okay, with your camera set to video mode, go into your menu. You're going to go over to the sound recording. You have 3 options here. Auto, which means it's going to do all of the work of itself, and a lot of the times you're going to get the wrong preamps. You'll see that right there on the audio meter. It's way too hot in auto. Then you have manual, which I'm going to be coming back to that and setting the levels. And then you have disable, which means you don't have any audio. So we're going to go back up to manual, and you'll see that on the audio meter there, when I'm talking, it's really close to -12 decibels. That's kind of the magic number for audio. Personally, I like to go just above that, so I'm going to raise this microphone up just a little bit until, in my normal talking voice, it's going over that -12. So maybe one more there. Right there is about perfect. Maybe a little too hot. You'll see what I'm doing is just adjusting it as I'm talking in my normal talking voice. So right there is looking good. That's going to allow me to talk at this loudness level, and then also if I want to talk really quiet, I'm also going to get decent audio signal there too. So let's see what that sounds like. Okay, and then this is the Canon T3i with that cheap lav mic. Now I did have to edit it a little bit in post to get it to sound like this. This is what the audio sounds like without being edited at all. Most of the time you can just get away with boosting the audio a little bit to get a better sounding audio signal with a lavalier mic. But what I want to get across is that you can get really good sounding audio just with a cheap lavalier mic. So let's check out the shotgun mic now. So this is the shotgun microphone that I use the most. I've been using these for several years. This is a Takstar SGC 598, and they are super cheap. For the money, I think this might be the best budget microphone that you can get. But what I like about these microphones is that it has a decibel gain boost, and that'll make sense just in a minute. Personally, I think my voice sounds better with a shotgun microphone, especially because I shoot outdoors most of the time. I actually like to get some of the ambient sounds in the recording. So that's why I tend to stick with a shotgun microphone, and it's just a little bit easier for my workflow. But let's set up this shotgun microphone and then we'll see what the audio sounds like. So let's set up this shotgun microphone. We're gonna go back into that menu. We're gonna go back into the manual adjustment, and then I'm gonna turn my microphone on, put my decibel gain boost on, and then I'm just gonna plug the microphone into the camera, and I'm gonna set these levels while just holding the microphone, because I wanna hold it the same distance that I'm gonna be standing away from it when I set these levels. Because if I move really close to it, you'll see that those audio levels go really high. If I move too far away from it, you'll see that it's not getting any audio input at all. So I'm just holding it about arm's distance because that's what I'm gonna be shooting with this camera. So if I go into my audio meter here, you're gonna see that it's actually really close already. I'm just gonna bump that up a little bit and keep talking to see where those audio levels lie. I think I only moved it 2. But when you're setting your audio in camera, you want to get it as low as possible inside of the camera, because these Canon Rebels don't have the best preamps. But you've got to be careful and not go too low, because if you go all the way to the left, it's not going to be picking up any audio at all. So right there seems to be the sweet spot for this microphone. Let's set our levels there and then see what this shotgun microphone sounds like. Okay, and then this is the T3i, and it's pretty windy right now with the shotgun microphone. I also edited this audio. This is what it sounds like without being edited, so it's probably quite a bit lower in volume. But know if you're using an external microphone, you're gonna have to edit your audio a little bit, at least raise the volume levels up to get it to sound correct, because you're taking away the camera's ability to apply that auto gain feature when you put it over into manual. Another tip is, once you've got your audio level set, you want your sound level to be pretty consistent. And what I mean by that is, if you set your audio levels to yourself talking and then you go out to film a parade, your audio is going to be clipping the entire time. Every fire truck that comes by, the audio is going to be clipping. So you may want to set it a little bit lower if you're going to be in a crazy loud environment. And then on the other hand, on the flip side of that, if you're in a really quiet, controlled environment, you can set your audio levels a little bit higher and talk a little bit softer and get a little bit different kind of a feel of a video just by not having a lot of noise around you while you're talking. So in each situation that you're in, you're going to want to set your audio levels for that situation. But I hope this video helps somebody get started with an external microphone on their Canon Rebel cameras. I'll see you guys later.